Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to my Okies Eden live stream this morning. Last 10 days have been hectic. A lot of stuff going on. Family left this morning. So got all that stuff caught up. Give me 1 second. Hey Missy, how you doing? So I had to get all that caught up. So all the laundry's done, all the bedding is done. It's in the dryer now. And then putting my leg up and resting. Hey Shannon, how you doing? So this next coming week is just gonna be me kind of catching up. I'm glad I had a bunch of videos ready to go into schedule, because I wouldn't have been able to do anything with my leg the way it was. So anyways, welcome everybody. Before we get started, I just wanted to show everybody, I got that hydroponic unit from JC, Calamity Jane. She sent it to me. It's been doing really well. Shannon's here, so one of your marigolds has sprouted and it's about 1 inch high. I'm going to be doing a hydroponics update coming up. So that's going well. And once the roots start to come out of the pot, the little sod pot, they come in, the little triangular thing that they grow in, I'll transplant that to a regular planter so I can keep it in the window. My lettuce is I had 3 or 4 lettuce seeds. They're all doing really well. And I transplanted one. So I transplanted it the other day. It's doing well. I just watered it, and it's under a grow light in the other room, and it's all starting to stand up straight again, and I think it's taking, so that's good. So in another day or two, I've noticed the roots from the lettuce are actually coming out of the sod potters, whatever they call. I forget what they call them. The seed starters. It's like a potting soil that's compressed and put in a V, and you put the seed in it, and then it goes down into the hydroponic to water, and then they feed. Let me just make sure. I hope everybody can hear me. So there's that. And then the last week, this has really taken off. If I can get this here. That is my herb garden. I can't believe it. I have cilantro, chives, and parsley. So I've already tried some of the parsley. It's really good. So I'll be picking out of that. Now that I have this growing well, I'm gonna get a second box going. I want to get some potting soil just to mix with my soil for inside. They don't seem to start well in that kind. The herbs just don't start well in the dirt that I'm using out here. So I mixed a little potting soil in with it. And now they've taken off. They're out of control. I mean, and I've been using it. I like parsley just to chew on, so I'll just eat some. So anyways, quick update. So those are my update on my herb and my indoor stuff going on. Hydroponics, I'll do something later in the week. By now you probably heard my leg was injured. I had to go to the hospital. They got it all cleaned out. I'm on the mend. I took the drain out. They had a drain in it. Then they showed me how to take it out. Didn't work out in only one of my, oh really? That's too bad. So everything now, the draining's pretty much done. They did 4 or 5 incisions in my leg. They're all healing up. They look healthy. I just keep cleaning it and rewrapping it like they showed me. Swelling's all down, a little bit of redness. So this week I'm gonna be doing a couple cooking things I'm doing. I'm gonna do some crock pot meals. I found that I've been searching out some crock pot meals, so I'm gonna try some of those, because I like just being able to toss stuff in and then go out and work, leave it on low or whatever, and just let it cook for 4 hours, and then just stir it every once in a while. Hey Nelsky, or Niski, I think I said that right. So tomorrow or Wednesday, I was doing a garden update on the subscriber garden, because of my leg, I haven't been able to do anything in that garden. So that is just gonna be dormant for about another week. I'm doing stuff I can do for my channel that is clean. So I'm gonna build the trellis. I'll show the manufacturing of my trellis. I'm gonna be cutting some boards down for some more planters. I'll show that, building the planters. And then I'm going to be cutting the 4x4s for my corner fence, and I'll show that, because I can do that in the shop with my leg wrapped. I don't have to worry about dirt or getting infected again. Until next week, then I'll get back into the garden. It should be back up and running, and we'll be rolling with that. So that was my update there. Tomorrow, I think I'll do a community post, but I can't remember the time. I thought I wrote it down, I didn't. Tomorrow is, I think it's 1 p.m., 12 or 1 p.m. Central, is me and Broke but Bountifully Blessed. We were going to do that collaboration last week. That's when my leg got infected and I ended up having to go to the hospital. So I had to kind of cancel that till tomorrow. So that is still on schedule. I'll contact her with the link. So hopefully you guys can be here tomorrow to see Broke but Bountifully Blessed. I will add her, I think I put her channel in the live announcement. I'll check it again if I didn't. But I'll be doing that with her tomorrow. And then Thursday, I think Wednesday or Thursday night, I'm gonna do my spooky live, or I might tape it, I'm not sure yet, out in the garden, where I talk about a couple ghost stories that my siblings had years ago, not me. They've told me these stories years ago. I'm gonna share those, because those were actual accounts from people in my family that claimed they had these ghost experiences. And then a friend of mine had a Sasquatch experience, and there's a Sasquatch story I'm gonna share that was from my area, that was actually on the internet, that was researched by one of the Bigfoot research organizations. And it was right next to where I lived. It was about 100 feet from where I lived. So I'm gonna share that, because I just think that would be cool for Halloween. And then I think November 3rd, if it's still on, I'm not sure if it's still on, I'm assuming it is until I hear different. Shannon from Us and Our Bunch, I think I'm gonna go on her channel for an interview or something. I think that's still the case. If not, she can let me know, or if it's changed or whatever. But as far as I know, it's still on. I have planted my lettuce, marigold, red and orange peppers. So Shannon just said, yes, it's still on. Okay. Like I said, I've been trying to watch people's things, but I had family here, so I couldn't watch from all 3 TVs, because they were in the guest room, and then the master bedroom was being used quite often for the restrooms. So I didn't have anything running in there. So I was using my phone mostly. So I still ran playlists, and then at night I would run it in the master. But now I have 3 TVs running right now, all at the same time. They'll be running 24/7. So I'm running playlists. Again, I have, I think it's Southern Grandma's Corner, she's running. I have So Blez, I think it is up here, and I have somebody else running. If I like Us and Our Bunch, Chef Zed, Missy's Cooking on a Budget, Grandma Teresa, Misty, Spongy Gold, I'm gonna miss some people there. But if you're my regular people that we watch each other's videos and interact on lives, I'm already watching your playlists and running them as I see new stuff come up. So you don't need to comment playlist, and unless you see I missed them or something, let me know. But I'm already running the regular people. I run them, and then I have a list of new people that I follow, that follow me, that we trade off playlists. I have it here somewhere, I know I do. And then, so here's a quick list here, and I just keep putting check marks next to it. I got like 10 there that are fairly new to me, and we watch playlists. So I watch theirs and my regulars. I just continue to watch theirs. Chef Zed is very prolific she does a lot of lives, and some of them are 1, 2, 3, 4 hours. JC Calamity Jane will be inviting you to behind the scenes at some point to talk getting stuff. Cool, yeah, all you gotta do is email me, okieseaton@gmail.com. I have a couple other people. Hey, Granny, your stuff is running right now in the back. But yeah, so I have if you wish to watch my playlists, I know they'll bore you to death because I'm not that interesting of a person, but I have Watch Please 1, Watch Please 2, Watch Please 3, and I'm starting Watch Please 4. So if you've already watched the other ones, I'll be creating a Watch Please 4. Those are the ones that have pretty much everything on them. You can just run them. They'll hit most of my videos. Hope everybody's doing okay. I went back and watched one of my last lives just before my family arrived. And I gotta say, it was funny. I was talking kind of slow and I looked tired. Well, I didn't realize, I did it, I shouldn't have. I had the flu at that point. I had 102 fever. I was achy. My leg was swelling up. That's when it got infected. And I still did the live. Thank you, Zed. I appreciate it. I'm starting 4 today, so, but I went back and watched it and I'm like, I thought it was like a zombie because I was kind of just like going through the motions talking because I felt like garbage. And finally I feel almost normal for Okie, you know, so I just keep drinking my fluids. Got some raspberry iced tea. I just spilled it down my face. But I had a happy accident yesterday. My leg felt pretty good. So I walked out to the garden and found where I thought I had dug up my pimento peppers. When I pulled them up, I thought I got them all, but I only broke part of the branches off of one. So the stalk was still, one of the stalks was still there with a branch out. And there was a pimento, a nice, ripe, red pimento pepper on it yesterday. So I have a fresh pimento pepper to put in my eggs later. I'm gonna do eggs and my home fries for lunch. So I have a fresh pimento pepper to fry up with my beef tallow, eggs, and I'll probably make like a hash or something. So that's gonna be really good. And then this morning I went out before the live and I had another happy accident. I found three more pumpkins. I think I put a picture on my community post the other day that showed some of the pumpkins ripening and they're turning yellow. Well, I went out this morning and the vines are mostly dead. There's still some big leaves and the big blooms. So sometimes they're still kind of hidden because there's enough leafy greens. Even though the stalks are turning brown, I found 3 more pumpkins. My ghost peppers are still growing, but they are still green. They'll get there. I think as long as you don't get a frost, the ghost peppers, they take a long time to turn. Mine took a long time. You found a random watermelon plant by the chicken coop. It has some flowers. Great. Hopefully, you know, you're down in that zone. You might be able to make it. You might get it. And then I went out today and I thought I had where I threw all my compost and I had stuff grow. I thought I had a pumpkin growing, but then it turned yellow. That's a good idea, chicken. So I thought the pumpkin was turning yellow and it got pollinated, but then it just was diseased or something, so it turned yellow fast. It's not a pumpkin, it's a squash. So I forgot there was some squash in there. My son had given me some squash and I threw that in there. So now I have a yellow squash growing. So I'm excited about that. Cantaloupes, I have a couple of them that are probably 5 inches in diameter. They're starting to turn brown. The outside husk is turning brown, which means hopefully in about another 2 weeks, if a critter doesn't get it, I should have maybe 3 or 4 muskmelons or cantaloupes, whatever you call them. And then I'll have a yellow squash. And then I'm going to have, I got more pumpkins. Yeah, I've never grown chicken. See, I've never grown them before. My wife wanted me to try them. I got a pack. I threw them in there. and they took off. And I planted them when it was 105 degrees, and I didn't think they'd grow, and they did. Next year I'll grow them earlier. So well, I'll plant them earlier, so I think I'll get a better harvest next year. I'm going to probably plant some if I have space in the subscriber garden. That's what's coming up this coming week. This week I'm going to be doing some planter boxes because I can work in the wood shop without getting dirt on my leg. I'll keep it wrapped. And then I can build my trellises and cut some 4x4s for my fencing for the big garden. And if you're just getting here, I took my lettuce and transplanted one of them. That's awesome. That's often chicken. That's great. So that's my transplanted lettuce, and I still have 2 or 3 more in the hydroponics that JC Calamity Jane sent me. I have from Us and Our Bunch, she sent me marigolds. I have a marigold sprouted, and it's a seedling about an inch and a half tall. Hey, Darwin. And then if you just got here, my herb garden, I've never had luck growing herbs, but my herb garden is going crazy. So I've been munching on parsley all morning, just picking it off and eating because I love parsley, just plain parsley. Yeah, Jane, you're probably right. I think sometimes if you babysit them, and it's like a watched pot never boils. It's one of those things. So yeah, so now I got a whole. I still have stuff growing in the garden. Today or tomorrow, the family contacted me. I had 3 pumpkins. I didn't have any use for them. I didn't want to throw them out, and I've given them away quite a bit. So I put on our Facebook Marketplace. I have 3 out here on the road. I live off a dirt road. They're there. If I'm not going to answer any questions or there's no comments, I turned them off. They're there. They're free. They're beautiful. If you want them, go pick them up. Well, unbeknownst to me, the lady behind me, her and her husband, and they have a 1-year-old. Yes, they are, Zed. I'm excited. I'm going to be doing some spaghetti and stuff this week, and I'm going to be using it. I'm going to top it on the spaghetti. I can't wait. They pushed their 1-year-old around in their stroller, and she picked him up, and then took him home, and then she messaged me on Facebook and said, "Hey, just so you know, they're gone. I took all 3. Thank you very much. They're beautiful. My daughter really likes them." So then I knew I had 3 more that I had to get rid of. So I messaged her back and I just said, "Hey, next week, which is this week, I'll have 3 more just before Halloween that should be ready to harvest." And I said, instead of me harvesting them, if your daughter and you and your husband and daughter would like to come here, you can actually come back to the garden. I'll give you the clippers, and your daughter can get in there, and you guys can help her clip the pumpkins. So they're going to be here today or tomorrow to harvest the pumpkins so they can videotape her picking the pumpkins. That's awesome to try building. Yeah, build a little one. That's great. And then I still have 4 or 5 more pumpkins that are green now that just literally are about that big. I just found yesterday and today I found more pumpkins. And like I said, I started those. The ones I started in May, those are all complete. Hey, Amy Jo. Well, I'm in a country. We're in the country, so we all kind of trade. We got a couple people I trade food with. I trade with my son, trade with my neighbor. We trade off vegetables that I grow that they don't, and we just kind of swap back and forth. This week, we had actually a 45 on Friday night. Hey, have fun in nature. You're have fun. You're running on my other TV right now. I have your other playlists and mixes. I'm running all those now. So yeah, it was 45 here on Friday, I believe, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Hey V, how you doing? So yeah, that's the update. That's the update. Leg is doing good. I shouldn't have to go back to the doctor. I'm done. They made 4 incisions. All incision sites are good. They didn't do any stitching or stapling because they had drains in, so I had to remove those. And then they showed me how to do that, so I did that yesterday. So they're all removed. I keep it wrapped. I clean it twice a day. And so as long as it doesn't get reinfected and as long as I have no more issues, I just keep it elevated and try to stay off it for as much as possible. It's good. So that's all good. I'm back in action there. My family left this morning they traveled from upstate New York down here. They went on to their next location to visit other family. So we're back in the New York groove, as the group Kiss sang, if you remember that song, Back in the New York Groove. So, boom. Woodworking this week to do my trellises for the garden. Then I have a live tomorrow with Broke But Bountifully Blessed. I hope you guys can be there for that. Thursday, I think, Wednesday or Thursday night, I'm doing my spooky live out in the garden about 8:30, 9 o'clock, depending on when it gets dark. I got to figure that out still. I'll check tonight what time it gets dark. I'll do that out there. That'll be about a half an hour. I tell some ghost stories and Bigfoot stories. And then November 3rd, I think it is, Us and Our Bunch with Shannon. She's going to be interviewing me there. And I got a few people that have contacted back and forth with me about a few more live stream collaborations to do that I'm hoping for. If you want me on a collaboration, just email me, okieseden@gmail.com. If you want to be on my channel, you want to come on a collaboration, email me, okieseden@gmail.com. I'd love to have you on. We can talk gardening, homesteading, chickens, I don't care. About homesteading, I don't care if it's beef, cattle, dairy cattle, chickens. I've done all that, and I like to learn from other people that do it. My daughter has chickens, so I like to find out more about chickens and then relay that to her because it's new for her too. She's learning. If you want a seed swap, just email me and say you want to do swap seeds, or if you want some of my seeds, you don't have to swap. If you just want to try, I just saved a bunch of pimento seeds. They're drying now. If you want to try pimento seeds, I have different types of melon seeds. I have melons. I have different types of squash. I have different types of pumpkin now. So yeah, chicken is great fertilizer. Yeah, it is. Yep. We used to have a chicken coop where we lived, and when we did our garden, we cleaned out the chicken coop and used all of that because they never cleaned it out. Yes. I'm sorry. Yes, Chef Zed and I have a pending collab. I forgot about it. I'll write it down now. Zed, I will get back to you. We were going to do something like a salad. You were going to get me. I'll email you later. I think it was a salad we agreed on that you were going to give me a recipe to, and I was going to do the salad, and you were going to kind of talk me through it, I believe is what we were doing, I think. So if you want to see me, a redneck from Oklahoma, using sharp objects while Chef Zed is trying to talk me through how to cut stuff up and what to do for the recipe, with the really good chance of me injuring myself, be there. If I get one yes, I'll tell the story. Who wants to hear a funny hospital story when I had to go to the emergency room? All you gotta do is say yes. Okay, Grandma Teresa Gilmore said yes, so here we go. I'm not a big cursor, okay, I do every once in a while. If I mess something up, I don't curse at other people, I curse at myself. Anyways, so I went to the emergency room. They had to make incisions. Well, they couldn't. They tried numbing it because of infection, there was so much. I mean, I had an infected area that big. It was probably 4 inches in diameter. They couldn't numb the area. They can inject stuff in there and try to do a topical, but if you read up on it and research it, you can't really numb infected flesh or infection. It won't numb. So every incision I felt, every time he dug around and pushed and scraped, he was in there on the bones scraping. I mean, I was holding on to those rails, and he's digging along. I was doing great for 15 minutes. It hurt. And I finally, him and the nurse were working on it. And I had been joking with them before they started the whole procedure. I was, you know me, I was just clowning around with them. And they got digging around and rooting around in that leg. And I'm holding on for dear life, and I'm just tensed, and they're just like, I'm sorry. The doctor kept saying, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. I know this hurts, there's nothing to do about it. I said, just keep doing what you're doing. Well, he must have hit a nerve or something, because then I just went, I gritted my teeth and I said, damn, loud. I went, damn, just like that. And him and the nurse both said, oh, where's the jokes now? You're not joking anymore. They were just picking on me, you know? So I said, I apologize for cursing. So if you want me to be funny, now they're still digging, I'm still in pain, but instead of cursing, I started telling dad jokes. So I said, hey, did you hear about the restaurant on the moon? They're like, no. I said, great food, but it has no atmosphere. And they started laughing. And then of course, then I started saying, you know, I talked to the guy that invented zero the other day. And I told him, thanks for nothing. And now they're laughing. They're scraping on my leg. We're all laughing. And then I'm in pain laughing. And that's all I could do. And then it got even funnier because once he finally, after about 20 minutes, he got what he thought was, because he had to keep going in and digging in with these tools to break up the pockets of infection that were down by the bone and stuff. As he got it cleaned out, they had a syringe, probably 10 inches long and about that big around, and he filled it with really cold saline to flush. Puts it in one incision. It didn't hurt. It felt good, number one, because it was like ice, putting ice on something. But he squirted it in, my leg swelled up, and it must have hit a nerve or a muscle in my leg, because my toes were, I was laughing because it felt like somebody was tickling my foot, and it was going like that. So anyways, kind of a gross story. Yes, it hurt, but yes, it was funny. I look back now and, you know, to me it's funny because everybody goes through pain. You just got to deal with it. It's one of those things, you know, but it was funny because they were laughing then because I was laughing because they thought I was hurting. I'm like, no, 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 it's tickling. It feels like you're tickling my foot. But anyways, that was the story. I went from cursing to telling dad jokes instead of cursing, so they thought that was pretty funny. And then here I am today, still alive, still kicking, ready to get back out. I really want to get out in the garden. I was grumpy for 2 or 3 days straight after the hospital just because I just couldn't do anything. I limped around, kept ice on it, you know, heated it where they told me. I don't like being sick because I'm active. I like to mow, I like to do the weed trimming, I like to grow stuff in the garden, I like to dig in the dirt, I like to play outside. And when you're cooped up and you got to stay with your leg elevated, oh, that is so frustrating. If you're not an active person, that's fine. But if you're an active person, that's like a death sentence that I got to sit there for 7 or 10 days, take this medicine and not put a lot of weight on it, not move around too much, basically elevate it for 24/7. But anyways, it's over. Hopefully it's healed up. I'm going to elevate it here shortly. I hope everybody is having a good week. It's Monday. Let's get through the week. Hope you guys can watch my playlists. I'll be watching your playlists. Thank you everybody for subscribing to my channel. I think I'm at 770. I don't check every day my subscribers. Oh, I am, Grandma Teresa. I'm doing much better. If I'm joking like this, believe me, I feel a whole lot better. I was miserable. More miserable, I should say. As my family told me. I said, I'm sorry I'm miserable. They're like, you're just more miserable. But, so try to watch each other's playlists. That's one of the best things you can do. And then also what I do now is I remembered the other day, because I saw somebody else mention it, was after I watch somebody's playlist run, I go back and I make sure I go back and hit a like. I might make a comment on some of them, and that all helps the analytics and stuff. I think I'm at 7 something. I think I'm pretty close. Yeah, I'm close to my first, Jane, I'm close to my first monetization, I think they told me. I got some messages that now this is available to you, this is available to you, blah, blah, blah. So I think I'm fairly close. Oh, 787. Okay, I was low. Like I said, I don't check every day. I look, and last time I knew it was like 770 or something like that. But so I'm close to 800. I know I'm over the 500, obviously, and then I need 3,000. I don't know where I'm at with that. They told me the one day I was over. I think like I was getting fairly close to 3,000. I think 2,500, 3,000. I don't know where I'm at. I don't really pay that much attention to it, but. Like I said, they're giving me little messages now that say this is available to you. You can click it on or whatever, and then enable this now. And so I think I'm getting fairly close. I'll let everybody know when I get there, just so I can thank everybody for helping me get there. Because, you know, we do the creation. That's my part. That's your part. But then it really comes down to your subscribers and followers and those that like and follow and help you with your hours that get you monetized. I don't do anything really to get monetized. I just put the content out there, you put the content out there, and then we hope and leave it up to our subscribers and friends on YouTube to hopefully get us over the hump and get us to monetization. Because all I can do is create. I can't watch 4,000 hours of my own video. Obviously it won't allow me to do it. So that's why it's a community effort. That's what I like about it, because if you can get a good community and help each other, it's really kind of cool, because you can really build some good friendships worldwide. It's not even anymore where it's just your neighbor. Grandma Teresa, you're still waiting to get to the threshold. I'm not sure what you mean, Grandma Teresa. I thought you were monetized. Oh, I know what you mean. The threshold where the $100 of ads or whatever before you get a pay or something. Hey, Spongy, how you doing? Oh, hey, Allison. I haven't wore the sunglasses in a little bit because it hasn't been as bright. Either that or I'm just not that bright. Yes, you have to hit 100, okay. I just haven't, it was during the summer, it's so bright, and I work outside and a lot of times I don't wear the sunglasses outside, then I'll get a headache. So then I come in here, if I have a light on me, I have the overhead light on high, and I have a headache, it just bothers me. That's why a lot of times the sunglasses, because I typically don't wear sunglasses or hats. But that was more, I guess that was more the Okies calling card, was the backward hat. And I still do. I mean, I just don't always film it. And I'll get back to it. I mean, next week when I get back in the garden, I'll do backward hat sunglasses. I'll get there. But yeah, so hopefully everybody can just keep watching each other's playlists, supporting each other, putting content out there, and building our community and stuff. And so, yep, I'm hoping if I could hit 800 by next month, I'd be happy. And if I can get to my 3,000, pretty close, if I can get to my 3,000 and get partially whatever that monetization is, I got to look into that. But we'll see, no big deal. Like I said, I'm not worried about it. I enjoy doing the content. I'm going to keep doing the content. I enjoy it just because it's technology, and then I enjoy learning new technology. And wow, you got 44 this month alone. That's great. That's great, Allison. Good for you. Yeah, if anybody doesn't know Allison, go check her channel out. She just met with Karen from YouTube Over 40. I'm going to get it wrong, but I think it's YouTube Over 40. Allison is Silent Sky 3 is her channel. You can go follow them. I think everybody knows Allison, and I think a lot of people know Karen from YouTube Over 40. And they just did a thing in Texas. They went down, I think, to Houston or somewhere. Houston or Austin, I don't know. They did a thing for like content creation or something. And I think they posted some videos about that. Vid Summit, right. Good, Allison, I'm glad. Dallas, okay. Good old Dallas. I had to drive through Dallas a couple weeks ago to go to my daughter's house. I-35 is a complete, it's a disaster area. I swear, all the way in Oklahoma, all the way down and past Dallas, it's just a disaster area. But that is the update That's what's going on. Leg's doing better, getting back to the garden. Family's gone, so now I can get back to content and getting this moving ahead again. So with that said, I'm gonna go put my leg up in the air so I can elevate it. And I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you for watching. Thanks for watching my playlists. Put playlists down below when this goes public in a few minutes. If you want me to watch your playlist, put it down there in the comments below. And I will see you guys later. Like I said, tomorrow, I think 12 or 1 p.m. Central Standard Time is me and Broke But Bountifully Blessed. I'll put her channel in the live so people can find it. And I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks again for your support and for your prayers and concerns for my leg and my health. Everything's great. Okies back to normal. So we will see you all later, and have a great Monday and get through Monday, and the rest of the week should go smooth. Take care, everybody.